listening to RadioInfluence.com.
This is Off the Air with Rich Herrera on Radio Influence.
Without further ado, hey, let's go catch up with Howard David, our guest, off the air. When you look back at all the places, I mean, we could talk about the Jets, the Dolphins, all the NBA teams that you broadcast for, the Celtics. Is there a moment that sticks out in your mind that you kind of pinch yourself like, wow, I was there to witness something special?
I have to go to my first Super Bowl, which was 1996, when Green Bay played New England, and New England had a quarterback named Drew Bledsoe, who preceded the guy that's quarterbacking today. What's his name? Brady. And that was when they had Bill Parcells as their head coach. And that was my first Super Bowl nationally. And I worked so hard to prepare for that, and just sat in a booth by myself just to try to collect my thoughts 2 hours before the game. And as I'm sitting there by myself, the door opens to the booth, and it was then Commissioner Paul Tagliabue of the NFL walked in, and I knew him, and he knew me, and he said, there's something I could do for you. And I said, no, Paul, but nice to see you, and so on. He says, well, what are you doing here? And I said, just kind of collecting my thoughts. He said, well, you realize that you're in the commissioner's box. Wow. I had no idea. And then he said, well, can I get you something while you're sitting here looking over your notes? And I said, well, if you're going to coffee, I said, I'll have a cup. Believe it or not, the vice president of communications, a guy named Val Pinchback, comes into the booth, sees me sitting there, and says, you know you're in the commissioner's box. I said, yeah, I found that out. He goes, well, Paul's going to be here pretty soon. He said, you happen to see him? I said, yeah, he went to get me coffee. So at that moment, the door opens, and Tagliabue walks in with 2 cups of coffee. So Pinchback says to me, I didn't realize you had this kind of juice.
This has been Off the Air with Rich Herrera on Radio Influence.